Good morning. Yes, it looks to be great. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues, Jairam and Mangala, who have actually done a wonderful job of creating this infrastructure here, and I believe we are grateful to you to have invited us here. And let me begin very quickly. My name is Rohit Baluja. I am heading the Institute of Road Traffic Education, a non-profit organization, and also representing India at the United Nations Road Safety Collaboration. I'm also representing India in my part of Asia at the Commission for Global Road Safety, and have been made responsible for integrating the Decade of Action for Road Safety, not only in India, but our neighboring countries too. We have recently established the College of Traffic Management, which is now going to be inaugurated on 16th of February, and some invitation cards are already there. I'd like to, at this time, also start with a brief presentation on what I think is what India should do for the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and then I will introduce my co-speakers who would also be making presentations and talking to you, and I think it is a very important event. I mean, we don't have to re-emphasize, these are figures which we quote day in and day out, and it has only become statistics. It has got no meaning in the heart. Nobody sheds any tears anymore because it's like a figure taken. 1.3 million global fatalities, and in India, we have now reached a figure of 127,000 people dying on road road accidents every year, and this is rising by about 5 to 6% every year. And we have no political commitment, we have no bureaucratic commitment, and you can see that these figures are rising. But please understand that almost like 25% on state highways, 28% on national highways, so about 53% of the total calamity happening on highways. The cities, 23 mega cities, actually handle only 9.7% of the fatalities. But again, you see the problem is getting worse in most developing states like Andhra Pradesh, killing 13,700 people, Maharashtra 12,600, Tamil Nadu 12,000, Uttar Pradesh 12,500, and Karnataka 8,700. You know, the chief ministers and everybody put big notices today, we are opening a flyover, and you put the minister and the prime minister. They should also put their photographs and say, look how many people we are killing. And 16 times the number of these are getting seriously injured. We only record 4 times. I mean, we need to create a political will of the problem we are saving. We look at road safety investments. It is a myth and belief that, you know, road safety investments are only road safety campaigns and road safety weeks and banners and posters and newspaper advertisements. Road safety week started in January 1st. You only saw big newspaper, don't cross the zebra line, wear a seat belt, do this, don't do this. But is that road safety investment? What is road safety investment is what we need to understand. But do you have the understanding of technology? Who needs to understand technology will quickly go and see. Now, representing India at United Nations, 164 countries, I sit twice a year at Geneva and New York. Everybody says the smallest country, we are doing this and bringing down fatalities. I have to close my eyes and get under the table and they say, no, I can't say anything about India, sorry. What can I say? Traffic engineering. You tell me, where is traffic engineering? You name Bombay, Delhi, where do you find traffic engineering as traffic engineering, what is required? There is chaos. Look at signages put in Delhi on Commonwealth Games. I have challenged and said 80% of these road signages are wrong, 80% of these road markings are wrong, half of the traffic signals are wrong. Who's there to understand? They are the best in the world, but who is there to understand? These signages, stop signs, are absolutely against the principles. Zebra crossings putting near the signals are against the principles. Thick white lines going across are wrong. Signals are wrong. Who do I tell? We have been writing to PWDs and everybody, but nobody bothers. And they say in India, when the bureaucracy thinks it's right and the chief minister and ministers think it's right, we don't bother about what standards there are. We don't need standards for what? You look at wrong designs of our road highways, which are actually responsible for accidents, not the drivers. Tell me in which state there is highway patrol system. Tell me, where are we enforcing moving violations on any of the state highways? It started in Haryana. We looked at something at Uttar Pradesh, we looked something at Kerala, we looked something in Maharashtra, all nothing. There is nothing called highway enforcement. And so you see most of it is the running and moving violations, zigzag driving, speed enforcement which need to be done. We don't do them. Very heavy speed limits. We created the interceptors in 1996 as the first technology, and they were brought in Republic Day Parade in 96 and 2001, and the government of India said, best technology. And then state government said, build interceptors. They went into looking at tendering them out, and they're using the word interceptors for not what we thought should be used, but just as a name and technology. We need to build systems. Violations are increasing, all type of violations. We have problems with legislation today. Our legislation is not defining what is a mobile phone, where can it be used. Our legislation is not defining the seat belts for whom it is to be used. Can a 4-year-old child wear a seat belt? For political reasons, you can do anything what you like, but this is absolutely not acceptable in road safety. In Delhi, we estimated one day to see on camera how many violations take place on Delhi roads every day. And the answer is 146 million traffic violations are committed on Delhi roads every single day. 146 million. And what does the traffic police record? 8,000. So if 14,000 violations happen and one is recorded, what will happen is the traffic culture will not be recognized. 130,000 people died. I challenge, if more than 10 cases are scientifically investigated, there is no teaching of scientific investigation, there is no scientific reconstruction, and so if we do not know the causes and consequences of action, how do we actually bring about remedial measures? An accident happened in Andhra. 7 people died in front of our eyes. We took the bodies, we put them dumped them in a van, we took them away. An inspecting officer or sub-inspector level was there, and he said, we have to clear the highway first. We'll have problems. No investigations, no scientific investigations. I was telling you about legislation, what about our helmets use? Today we don't even define the legislation of who is to sit on a two-wheeler. We sell licenses because not we want to take bribe and money because we are not trained, we don't have systems, we don't have tools, we don't have a highway code to talk of. So what do we do about it? So road safety is not a standalone phenomena. Roads are unsafe because of wrong and non-standard traffic engineering. Road safety is not there because we have problems with crash investigation and traffic management. We have a deficiency in driver training, we have a deficiency in legislation, and we can only bring safe roads if all these things are plugged and brought in together under one program. The decade of action, gentlemen and ladies, as I mentioned, is that we want that governments must define what they're going to do in 10 years. And not just saying that we'll bring down the fatalities by 50%. We have said 50% of the increase we'll bring down, not 50% of what we want to do today. This is achievable. The government of India says by 2012 we will reduce from 120,000 to 60,000. They are saying it and it is increasing. How will you increase it, decrease the accidents? How will you reduce crashes? Specify each way and program what you need to do. You know what CPR is? Medical doctors will tell us what CPR is. But for me, CPR is cut-paste research. And this is what we are doing in our country today. You're spending 100 crores in Delhi. Uttar Pradesh will come and spend another 100 crores because we don't talk to each other. We are not doing it on a research base. And so I know 7 organizations in the country who are actually doing this work. This is not okay. And it is not that they want to do it, because they don't have the systems to do it. So we need to build about a political system to help police departments get into researching. Use those research programs. We need to build driver capacities. We need to have driver training tools and systems of driver training. We need a highway code to talk of. We need traffic engineering. Traffic engineering was initiated in the United Kingdom in 1930 and 1932 in the US, and today every developed country has traffic engineering centers. India has not even one traffic engineering center. Traffic police does traffic engineering. Delhi traffic police is a traffic engineering center. But who mans it? An inspector of police who's got no idea of an engineering program. So we need traffic engineering centers, we need interactive systems, we need road safety audits, we need research in this area. Road safety education to highways, to school students, we need aids, we need understanding what to teach. Enforcement, we need tools and system for enforcement. We need courses in the National Police Academy downwards to all state police academies and schools on accident investigation, on traffic management, on traffic engineering, on systems how to handle enforcement. One day I got a call from the office of President Kalam, and his secretary said, Dr. Baluja, Dr. Kalam wants to meet you. When would you have time? I stood on my chair and I said, my God, a president has to command and say, you have to come. No, he said, sir, he wanted to know when. It was a Friday. And he said, would you like to come on Monday? I said, of course. But he wants you to make a presentation. And we knew Dr. Kalam before. And so I went into his place in his library. 15 minutes I got. He took 1.5 hours. And he says, why are we sitting in that old age? Why can't you change? And I said, it is your government, sir. And I quote from his words what is written in his book on the vision. If we want to achieve a developed India, we have to learn to get out of this pitiable state of inaction. And all of us are in a pitiable state of inaction. If laws, rules, and procedures have to be changed, this should be done. The Motor Vehicle Act, gentlemen, was amended in 1988. Today, how many? 22 years later, we have the same act, same penalties. We are running from pillar to post. We can't change it. We can make lost time and missed opportunities provided we learn to move fast. We don't have time. Time is what we need to do. We need to think holistically, not in our closed compartments, not sitting there with our egos on it. We need to think holistically, share, learn. And together this problem can be resolved. Together we need to do it. And this exhibition today is an eye-opener because it is bringing technology to us. We need to understand how to use this technology. We need to build this technology in India.